summer, more than 100 million people in the United States will be engaged in some kind of water sports activity. Of these, an ever-growing number will be out in boats of all sorts. They're expected to pass the 44 million mark. A lot of these boating enthusiasts will also be fishermen, probably as many as 30 million. And then there are the water skiers, and the snorkelers and skin divers, the surfing set, the highboard diving experts, and those who just sit and sun, who in their turn bring out another group who perhaps should never go near the water. But it's not all fun and games. Here's another statistic, a more disturbing one. Over 7,000 of these people are expected to drown this summer. No, don't try to shrug it off. If you don't watch it, maybe one of them will be you. That's why we're here today, to find out what you know about water safety. Okay? Hello. You know, when you're at the beach this summer, or out in a boat, or on the water somewhere, we want you to enjoy yourself. And the best way to do that is to play it safe. That's why the American Red Cross has devised the National Water Safety Test. By taking it, you may find out you know quite a bit about the subject, but my guess is there may be a few things that will be news to you, and any one of them can result in just enough new knowledge to save your life. So what do you say we get to it? You may have seen the test form in your newspaper or program guide and flipped it out to use. If not, you can draw one up easily enough right now. Just take a sheet of paper, divide it into 4 sections like this, write at the top of each the words survival, swimming, boating, and life-saving. Those are the 4 divisions of our test. As we run through the questions, write the number of each down in the appropriate column when that question first comes up. Each question will present a basic situation and will be followed by showing you 3 possible courses of action. Now, several possible answers to any one question may seem logical to you, but remember, there will be only one best way to act under the circumstances. So listen very closely to the way these questions are phrased, then write the letter representing the one best thing to do opposite the number of the question. We'll tell you how to score later, but now, get your paper and pencil ready, and let's get going with the first section of the National Water Safety Test. This section deals with the basic purpose of all water safety programs, survival. And here's question 1. Every year, some 7,000 people drown. How did this happen to almost 2/3 of them? A.
Of course, you don't swim like I do. I was in the Olympics. I was a 50-meter platform diver, and also in the 50-kilometer swim. So a lot of people don't know. Where are you going?
Oh, well.
Oh, well, I'll have to dive in after you.
Were they swimming? B. Were they trying to rescue someone else? C.
We were sailing on. Yeah, Barbara, I'm really glad that we're out here today on the wharf, rowing around, having a lot of fun, you know. Sometimes I feel like,
Or did they accidentally fall into the water? We'll give you the correct answer in a moment, but now let's move on to survival. Question 2. When you fall into the water fully clothed, what is the best swimming stroke to use? Is it A, the crawl, B, the breaststroke. C, the back crawl. Remember, there's only one best answer, and here comes survival question 3. There's nothing like a picnic on the beach with the kids. Everybody has a ball. Your children can't swim, but they like to wade and to pretend to fish from the old pier nearby. Well, what's the best thing you can do to protect them? A, get them to wear life jackets when in, on, or about the water. B, tell them not to wade out beyond their knees. C, see to it that they don't get too close to the edge of the pier. That ends the survival section of our test. Now, before we go on with the other 3 sections, let's look at the correct answers. For each correct answer you have, score 1 point. If the answer is not correct, of course, give yourself no score for that particular question. Question 1. Every year, some 7,000 people drown. How did almost 2/3 of them get in this spot? The answer? C. They accidentally fell in the water. In fact, over 60% had no intention of getting wet. Because of this, they usually fell in fully clothed and were apt to panic. There's no need to, as the answer to the next question shows. Question 2. When you fall in the water fully clothed, what's the best swimming stroke to use? The answer? B, the breaststroke. The reason for this is that when you have to swim with clothing on, especially long-sleeved garments, you should use a stroke in which recovery of the arms is made beneath the surface, such as the breaststroke or elementary backstroke. An overwater recovery would quickly exhaust you and force you under because of waterlogged sleeves. Question 3. This one, you remember, involved the family at the beach and the best thing the father could do to protect his children. The answer is A. Get them to wear life jackets when in, on, or about the water. Of course, these should be the right size jackets for each individual, and for added safety, they should be Coast Guard approved. The next 2 sections cover the 2 major activities you're apt to engage in this summer, in or on the water. The most popular of these is swimming, and the first of our swimming situations is question 4.
Hi, Mr. Jowski. Nice to see you out for your swim today. Hey.
Our sociable friend wants to go for a dip, but he can't swim. What's the best way for him to play it safe?
Can I help you quick over
Yeah.
A. Should he take a buddy along with him? That's a buddy?
I can't swim. No.
B.
Son of a gun. No kidding. Everything you want. I see.
Should he use a plastic float or mattress? C. Or should he just tell the lifeguard to watch him?
Hey, you keep an eye on me while I go swimming? Sure, no trouble. Okay.
Let's move on now in the swimming section of our test to question 5. Here's a situation that's apt to happen to anyone. You're swimming along and suddenly you get a cramp in your leg. What's the best thing for you to do? A. Roll over to a face-down position and massage and stretch the cramped muscle. B, tread water and call for help.
Help! Help!
C, or swim to the nearest point of safety. And now for the third and final swimming situation, question 6. Not knowing water safety can kill your swimming pleasure and you, even at your neighborhood swimming pool. Our friend here is trying to swim the length of the pool underwater, and he's just about to lose consciousness. Now, how do you suppose he got himself in this horrible spot? A, did he take too many deep breaths before he started? B, did he overestimate his swimming ability? C, was it because he used the wrong swimming stroke? Well, those are the questions in the swimming section of the test. As we give you the correct answers, once again, score 1 point for each one you get right. Question 4 concerned itself with the best way to play it safe if you're a non-swimmer at a beach and go into the water. The answer, C. Tell the lifeguard to keep an eye on you. Now, if there were no lifeguard handy, having a buddy along would be a good idea, provided the buddy was trained in life-saving. As for floating on an air mattress, that could be fatal if you fall off. Your best bet, if you're not a good swimmer, is to swim only in a supervised area. Now let's move on to question 5. This one involved a girl who got a cramp in her leg while swimming. What's the best thing for her to do? The answer is A. She should roll over to a face-down position and massage the cramped muscle. If the cramp is in the leg or foot, you can stretch the muscle. After the muscle relaxes, you can change to another style of swimming that uses some other muscle groups and swim to a point of safety. And now, the last situation in the swimming section of the test. Question 6. Pat Paulson, the underwater swimmer par excellence, who bit off a little more than he could chew when he tried to swim too far underwater. Why did he get trapped? The correct answer to this one is A. He took too many deep breaths before he started. It's known as hyperventilation. Deep breathing reduces the carbon dioxide level of the blood, which stimulates the desire to breathe. When you jump in the water and hold your breath, you can black out from lack of oxygen before you feel the need to take another breath. Well, how did you do? Did you pick up 3 points on your score? If not, you've got a chance to redeem yourself on the next section of the National Water Safety Test. This section concerns itself with the other big water sports activity, boating. And the first and basic boating question is question 7. What type of accident do you think causes most boating fatalities? A. Collisions. B.
Oh, the world owes me a living. Da-da-da-da-da-dee-da-da. Yeah, well, got a whale earlier. I'll probably get a crab this time.
Fires. C.
You have to whizen the jib sail on it so that when I come around my kids, they get
Oh, yeah, she's hitting us in the head.
on the other. Yeah, there we are. Oh, thank you. Oh. Ah. There. There you go.
Capsizing and falling overboard. Here comes a situation that we hope never happens to you. Question 8. If you're in a boat and it turns over, what should you do?
What happens here?
A. Get away from the boat as fast as possible. B.
Hey, somebody!
Hang onto the boat.
Yeah. That little... This thing, it's not tipped, it's over.
C. Take off your heavy clothing and swim for shore. There's one more question on boating, and here it is. Question 9. Here's the fisherman taking life easy when suddenly a guy in another boat some distance away waves at him. What do you do when you see someone signal you like this? A.
I got a bimbo down on a bamboo line. Hey! Put a life jacket on. Just sit down and put a life jacket on. You'll be all right.
Tell him to sit down and put on a life jacket.
The life jacket. Put the life jacket on. You'll be all right. I've got to go fishing myself.
B. Come closer and see what's the matter. C. Wave back at him.
Okay, all right. Let's see it.
So much for our questions on boating. Now, here are the answers. Remember to score 1 point again for each correct answer. Question 7. What do you think causes the most boating fatalities? The answer is C. Capsizing and falling overboard. You'd be surprised how many people stand up in a small boat like our friend did. Others overload them, make unnecessary high-speed turns, or dangle their legs over the side. All of these things are risky and can trigger a fatal accident. Question 8, you remember, involved the best course of action to take if you're unlucky enough to be in a boat when it capsizes. The right choice here was B. Hang on to the capsized boat. Most boats will float even with a motor attached. They make good life rafts and are easier for rescuers to spot than a swimmer. If the water is extremely cold, it may be advisable to put on a life jacket and swim to a point of safety. Question 9 concerned itself with the guy who waved his arms up and down to get the attention of the fisherman in the other boat. What should the person who sees such a signal do? The answer is B. He should come closer to find out what's the matter. The guy waving his arms is giving the recommended Coast Guard distress signal. Anyone can use it because no special equipment is required. Never ignore someone you see signaling you this way, and use the same signal yourself if you get in trouble. And that's the boating section of the National Water Safety Test. We come now to the final section, life-saving. And here's the first of our questions on this topic, question 10.
All right, there. Just come out further along the board. That's it. Now just move slowly. Now I want to get a good shot. I think I could.
When a pretty girl who is a poor swimmer poses for pictures on a diving board, it can be dangerous.
Let me see the left foot out in front, kind of in a model pose. That left. Well, no, that's my right. If it was your left, my right is on Well, from here, your right foot would be where, actually, well, it would be, yeah, that's right, opposite of what. I knew that all the time. Now, a little left there, a little more to the left, that's the way. No, Mary, no, you would not.
What should our intrepid photographer do? A. Should he jump in and rescue her? B. Should he call and run for help?
Maybe get some help. Some assistance for. I can't go in and get the camera and get it wet, you know.
C.
Yeah, man.
Or should he lie down and extend an arm, leg, or towel?
There you go. There, grab hold of my foot. No. You can tickle my tickle my I'm ticklish on my foot.
Continuing now with the life-saving portion of the test, we come next to question 11. Sometimes a damsel in distress can create problems for you as well. Suppose she gets panicky and grabs you around the neck. What is the first thing you should do? A.
Mary, I'm here to rescue you. So it'd be a good idea if you
Try to reason with her.
could remain calm in this situation because it's important if I go to... You're not following instructions. What I had intended was for to go for the breath. You didn't read the manual.
B. Take a deep breath and submerge. C. Use force to subdue her.
Why? Oh.
The last situation in the National Water Safety Test is about another life-saving problem. Question 12. Suppose when you're out wading, you suddenly come across an unconscious person on the bottom.
Wow.
What do you do first? A. Run to shore and get help.
Hey, how there, Simmons? Go ahead.
B. Take her ashore and lift the body by the stomach in order to cause water to be thrown up. C. Bring her to the surface and start mouth-to-mouth artificial respiration at once. And that ends the life-saving section. Give yourself 1 point for each correct answer. Here they are. Question 10 concerned the confused cameraman who caused the girl on the diving board, a poor swimmer, to fall into deep water. What should he do to save her? The answer is C. The cardinal rule of life-saving is to extend your reach. Therefore, he should lie down and extend an arm, leg, or towel so that she can grab hold and get out of her difficulty. Fortunately, the girl in this case could swim a little, so she was able to get herself close enough for Pat to reach her with his leg. But if she had been unable to get to him, Pat could have used a long pole, a tree branch, or some other extended object to reach her, or tossed her something that would float, such as an empty thermos jug. Since he obviously didn't know the principles of life-saving, it would be dangerous for him to jump in the water himself and try to rescue her. Question 11 featured Pat Paulson in difficulties with another girl. How does he get them all anyhow? This one, you recall, grabbed him around the neck when he tried to rescue her and threatened to drown them both. The answer to what he should do is B. He should take a deep breath and submerge. This will cause the girl to release him fast, since the last thing she wants, in her panic, is to go under the water.
My name's not Mary.
Oh, well, like I got this never from Mary. What happened to Selma?
Unless you are trained in life-saving skills, a double drowning may result should you attempt a swimming rescue. Question 12 involved Pat stumbling across the submerged unconscious form of still another girl. This might panic anybody, but there is one immediate course of action to take. The answer is C. You should bring her to the surface and start mouth-to-mouth resuscitation at once. Seconds count when a person stops breathing. Lack of oxygen can cause serious damage to the brain in 4 to 6 minutes, so there's no time to bring her to shore. She should be held above the surface in a floating position and artificial respiration administered on the spot. And that brings us to the end of the National Water Safety Test. Time now to check your score and see how you measure up. There were a total of 12 questions on the test, counting 1 point each. If you got all 12 right, your rating is excellent. Just remember that this doesn't mean you know everything there is to know about water safety. A score of 10 or 11 shows you have a good grasp of water safety. 8 or 9 points indicate you can squeak through with a fair knowledge of the subject, but you'd better consider this a warning signal and brush up on the points brought out in this test. 7 points or less, and you've got more than just a warning on your hands. Your knowledge of water safety is poor, and you'd better do something about it before you take off for the beach, the pool, or go out in a small boat. Fortunately, taking care of this deficiency is easy. There are over 3,000 American Red Cross chapters in the United States. Look up the one nearest you, give them a call, and ask about their next swimming, life-saving, or small craft courses. All these courses are free and worthwhile. We hope you found the National Water Safety Test fun and useful. And now, on behalf of Pat Paulson and our cast of Red Cross volunteers who worked with him in illustrating our test situations, and myself, Bud Wilkinson, I want to thank you for watching and for taking the test. Have a good time this summer, no matter what water activity you engage in. But be smart. Know what you're doing. Play it safe and survive.